intimate conversations and green tea. Tell me your dreams, I'm trying to get to know you. Searching for sunset, sailing the seven seas. Would you come see the mountains with me in California? I'll give you everything you ask for. I'm trying to color in your passport. I'm not to worry anymore. It's like the heart I'm gonna explore. I don't need a map for love. I don't need a compass to get back to you. I'll ride 100 trains, I'll fly 100 planes. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. I finally open my eyes. I wanna bring you to life. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. Dreaming wide awake. I finally open my mind.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Betting News Network. This is your BetSPRESSO. Excited to have you guys with us. Thanks for stopping by. That's Shaggy Bets. That's Vsauce. My name is SPJ, Sweatpants Jesus, or Daniel Collins, depending on where you're checking out the content on the socials. Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us today on YouTube, on Twitch, or on X. Thanks for stopping by to kick off your week and finish off your holiday weekend. Boys, happy Monday. Happy post 4th of July. How we doing? Goats are muted. Goats are muted.
Hey?
You were supposed to unmute me.
Oh!
I thought you. Did you try to unmute yourself?
No, I usually press the button for myself. I just forgot that time. I'm still got lake brain. Still got lake brain. So
That's fair.
that's how I'm doing.
I was just gonna
That's fair
ask. I wonder how Shaggy's doing after a crazy weekend.
Oh, rock solid, but needing a break. That's for sure. Nice to be home, and nice to be here with you guys. Don't have to worry about a bad connection. That's for sure.
Very much a
Yeah.
home body or a lake body. Those are the two things that Shags enjoys.
Yeah, I'm both. That's for sure. It's tough to get me out of the house, but going to the lake's a pretty easy sell. That's for sure.
Especially on a weekend like that. Like, I mean, regardless, if summer, good week, like a good sun, who cares what weekend it is? But like, I'm sure you ran into some other few people enjoying 4th of July. Did you guys go like get lost in a cove or something and float around with some other people like that? Did you do the whole boat activity aspects?
Oh yeah, we did a little bit of both. I mean, we were down there for so long, so yeah, we had plenty of fun on the dock, plenty of fun chilling out in the cove. So it's a great time all around. Great company. That's what matters.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you guys had a fantastic holiday weekend out there. We talked about it some yesterday, but vibes are high. July the 7th. We're going to blink, boys. July's going to be over, and we're going to be into August. But it's excited to have all of you guys with us. We got Goats in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. We're going to be announcing this week at some point. We don't know what day it is yet. I'm still waiting to hear from BetOnline who is going to win the 2 bottles of Casa Dragones, because that has closed. But you can still go get involved with BetOnline with that QR code in the top corner of the screen to get involved with all the bets they have and so much more. Boys, we're going to be talking about the slate tonight. Obviously, big MLB slate this evening. A couple WNBA games. But what we're going to start off with is we're going to start off talking about what happened this weekend. Also, shout out to Owen. Appreciate you, Owen. Thanks for the music, as always. We've been really rocking and rolling with it. And as I've said a few times, if you're watching the program, if you make music, or if you know somebody that makes some tunes that would like to have their song featured on the show, obviously, Owen, you'll always have a special place in our hearts. But it's your birthday today? No.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Shout out, Owen. Happy birthday, man.
So many July babies in the community. You love to see it.
I mean, I was going to play your song, but I don't know. You already listened to your entire tune to start off the show. So appreciate you, dude. Thanks so much for being a goat in the community. Happy birthday. Hope it was awesome. And you didn't have to work too hard today. So hell yeah. In honor of that, you know what? We're going to do a giveaway today for Owen for his birthday. Hopefully Owen will win. We'll do a giveaway at the end of the show. Don't let me forget. And we'll do that for the vibes for Owen. Shout out Owen. Go check him out on Instagram too. Get involved with his music, Owen.river, and go check out his tunes over there. All right, lads, let's jump into it. Let's talk about the weekend that was. A few things that dropped on the timeline today. We're going to start having a little bit more discussions slowly but surely as we trickle closer and closer to the NFL season. So we are going to have a couple chats today about some football, as football is right around the corner. But let's start off with this. This weekend, we saw Joey Chestnut, 17th competition win as he walked away with the belt once again after missing last year, obviously on 4th of July. Knocked down 70 and a half hot dogs. We basically had a hot dog. I think it was like at one point he was eating a hot dog a second, basically with the rate he was going. So, CV. So my question is, Shags, and I saw that I was going to just have this discussion with you, and then I think I saw that pardon my take or something like that talked about this too. But I want your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to start considering Joey Chestnut legitimately like a GOAT in the GOAT conversation of athletes? Because I mean, like at this point, he is just blowing people out of the water. It's not even close anymore. He's done record numbers on so many different levels. Like at this point, you got to tip your cap, right, and just say that he's up there with the in the Mount Rushmore of athletes. I would say
that discussion happened a couple of years ago in my book. To be honest with you, he's been this way for a while. He has been dominating the competitive food eating game for quite some time. And yeah, he's been as dominant as some of the GOATs in their respective sports. Michael Phelps, he is up there on that level in terms of how good Michael Phelps was at swimming. Joey Jaws is there in professional eating. So yes, absolutely. Joey Chestnut needs to be talked about. I mean, Mount Rushmore's tough because it's like top 4, you know, you're going to leave someone out. But he is undoubtedly the best professional eater of all time. So yes, he is one of the best athletes in his sport to ever live. Plain and simple.
The greatest eater of all time. That's crazy. Crazy fucking title to hold.
Insane. What a guy.
Joey Jaws. I mean, it's like I was thinking about it earlier, and again, I saw that Pardon My Take talked about it, so they had the same same discussion. But it's like, I mean, first of all, it's just he has some sort of crazy probably part of his body. I'm sure he's obviously had to train the shit out of his stomach, but like he's definitely just got some sort of special part of him that allows that to happen, because that also, you can train your stomach as much as you want, but that kind of eating is just incredible. But I mean, it requires super crazy athleticism. It really does. It's like people that
call it a sport.
Did you guys see the one debate that was going around on the timeline? If it was Usain Bolt,
no, I was going to bring that up.
I was going to bring that up. 1 versus 1. Both of them have to eat a hot dog and then run the 100 meters. Who's winning?
There's a correct answer.
I know.
I hope you two get it, because there's a very correct answer.
First, I think I know what the correct answer is.
Is this so? You're asking. So, all right. Let me get the real rules here. So basically,
Joey Jaws,
Joey Jaws,
Usain Bolt. They have to down a hot dog and run 100 meters. Who wins?
And whoever gets the 100 meters done first is the winner. Shit, man. I mean, probably Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut could win walking.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because
I mean, Usain Bolt, it would take him probably 10 to 15 seconds to knock down a hot dog, I would imagine, even if he's on the swifter side of things. Yeah.
I mean, as a team that did a hot dog eating contest live on stream for all of chat to watch, we all know how long it takes to eat a full hot dog. 10 to 15 seconds is like you know what I mean? A stretch.
This was actually a Saturday night activity for me and the boys down at the lake. We didn't step out a full 100 meters. We probably did 40-yard dash or whatever. But we had 5 participants try downing a hot dog and sprinting as long as they could. And let me tell you, Joey Jaws is winning that thing, possibly walking. He could do that 100-meter dash in 15, 20 seconds, and he'll win. No doubt about it.
That's the thing, man. Like you said, SPJ, at the start of this, a second per hot dog? What?
Dude's wild.
He lapped the field. Like he had doubled up the field at one point. And it's like, at this point, the competition is more about him chasing the record books, not trying to beat anybody else. Like, is a bona fide gonna win regardless of the situation. And a sport.
I want to bring this back up again because I'm going to put you on blast, Papa Shags. Where's NASCAR in this? Where is driving Formula a car 1 super fast? That sounds like a skill to me. I think they're both sports, but
that was legitimately going to be my argument. Your argument. Well, not my argument, but I mean, the new Formula 1 movie just came out. Apparently, it's awesome with Brad Pitt, and it made. I don't know if you guys saw this too, but it made the most money in the first week that an Apple movie has ever done ever. So it has made the most money by any Apple production in the first 7 days. So Sook also went and saw it in theaters and said it was really good. But Have you guys ever driven a car faster than like 110 or 120 miles an hour?
No.
Can't say that.
The fastest I've ever driven a car is 135 miles an hour on the Autobahn in Germany. Yeah. And I was shaking because like you are going like one wrong move and you would die because the car is just going and these guys are going like 250 miles an hour around corners.
Insane.
It's the athleticism is just incredible.
Especially F1. F1 is like I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they weigh in before the race and then they weigh in after the race and they shed weight sitting in that car, boys. It's
holding on to the steering.
Yeah.
For dear life. And I mean, some of the footage of it is like they are like I mean, how can you in a drive? Oh, it's just insane. And I know where do we stop? I mean, billiards, dude.
Darts,
sport.
Beer darts is definitely a sport. I'll say that.
100%.
I don't know about real darts, but beer darts for sure.
I mean, breakdancing was in the Olympics.
All right, we can't really use that anymore.
We can though. It's a sport. I mean, beer darts, peak athleticism from Shags earlier this weekend. 100%.
I lost a lot this weekend.
Did your dad win some? Was your dad there?
He was not down. No, he was not down this weekend.
No.
Okay. Excited to meet you, Papa Shags, in Nashville. Though you're not getting away from me. You're gonna see me regardless. We got I think we got a sub bang in the chat from Padge for Owen. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about.
Oh, we did indeed. Let's go.
Appreciate you, Padge. Thank you so much for the subby and for the support. Chat, just as a reminder, we don't say this quite often, but while that's going on, it's not live most of the time. Subbing the channel really helps us out. We don't require it, obviously, but if you're feeling frisky, if we helped you win some money over the last couple weeks or something, and you got a couple bucks extra in your account on Twitch, helps out the channel, and we appreciate you guys. All right, so that was Joey Jaw's conversation. Obviously, forever the GOAT, probably is one of the best athletes in his particular realm of all time. Let's keep it moving. Any other thoughts on Joey? Where we go? Can we keep it going?
The man's incredible.
And absolutely. We're going to finish off this conversation talking about football, but let's talk about the other football that we saw finish off yesterday as the United States lost to Mexico 2-1 as the Mexicans were able to lift the Gold Cup. I think I saw a graphic that like the last 5 or 6, at least, or 7 even, the last 5 or 6 champions of the Gold Cup have been either the United States or Mexico. So they pretty much dominated this competition. And I don't have the graphic pulled up or the video, unfortunately. We'll get there where we were just talking about playing highlights and stuff on the show, but we'll get there where we can do that a lot more often. But there was obviously the moment, Shags, where there was the handball in the box. And I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it. The Mexican player like fell down. As he was falling, he like fell with his palm on the ball and then ended up turning around and going. Now, I have a very strong opinion of this, and I saw it all over the timeline. I didn't actually watch the game live, so I saw it all over the timeline in this situation. But that would have led to a PK that would have, I think, tied it for the United States.
It was 2-1 at that point.
Tied it. Okay. Do you think, as a former soccer player and an avid soccer watcher, obviously, that was a penalty?
Do I need to preface this statement, or should I just say yes or no?
I don't care. You say whatever you want to say, man. I don't know.
No, I did not think it was a penalty. I think the ref made the right call.
I agree.
I see the hurt in your eyes saying that, Shaggy. I'm sorry.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's how I was going to preface this. I had Mexico to win. So that non-call helped me personally. You could call my bet a little bit of an emotional hedge, because would I have been happy if we won the Gold Cup? Absolutely. But no, I think he made the right call. The AR was definitely on the other side of the field, so he's not seeing anything. The head ref, who knows what was in his way in terms of sightline. He's not going to call anything he doesn't see. Even if he did see it, the rule states it needs to be a deliberate handball. And that was a clear accident. Buddy just fell down, was reaching down to stop himself. Oh no, the ball was right there. Took it off, got up right away, kept playing. So I agreed with the call. That's my thoughts on it.
It was not deliberate whatsoever. So that was there's a B part to this too, as well, of like it did not lead to a goal stopping opportunity. So there's like multiple levels of a handball in the box that does it would if it's deliberate, it's very obviously bang.
Yep.
If it's not deliberate, then the second aspect of it is, does it prevent a goal scoring chance, or does it prevent a goal? Basically, is the second part of that. And that's the part too, where there was nobody at the corner of the box. It didn't help or hurt the play from benefiting whatever. So there was no advantageous situation that they gained from him literally just stopping the ball on top of his hand.
Right.
It also didn't change the direction of the ball. It just he put his hand on top of the ball as he was falling down, which
it's
neither of those things
for the most part.
It was
when
just
he
sitten
touched
there.
It, right?
Yeah, and then
he had already made the tackle with his foot.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So I thought it was it also kind of reminded me of like so many Americans that just end up watching these types of games that really don't understand soccer that much. And it's like, yeah, all right, if you don't know soccer, sure, that's a handball because you think the ball touches the hand. But like there's levels to it. And it's like the only people that really know that are people that actually watch soccer. I was surprised that there were a lot of accounts that actually I thought knew soccer that were like, that's a blatant handball.
Pat McAfee, I thought you knew soccer, brother. You were a kicker.
Yeah, come on. Yeah,
Last day of the 4th of July weekend, boys. You got to remember, there's a whole lot of blue, red, and white going down everyone's gullet. You know what I mean? A bunch of Bud Lights and
a lot of patriotism flushing through the veins.
You're coming off a beautiful long weekend, and now you have a chance to cheer for Team USA. They could have been curling, and I promise you, everybody would have been talking about the timeline.
People would have been curling experts.
Against our biggest rival, too. Against Big Brother, we get a chance to beat down older brother again. Couldn't do it.
One cool thing I did notice was, oh, God, who's the striker that plays for Mexico that used to play for Wolves with Jota?
Raul Jimenez.
Jimenez. Yeah, Raul Jimenez. He scored a goal, obviously, which ended up being it actually was the tying goal. But and then pulled out the Jota jersey in the video games because they played together at Wolves when they were both kind of coming up through the ranks. And like, obviously Jota, the way that ended was, so I thought that moment was very cool. Take away from from that. We're not going to talk about this too much, but have you guys dabbled in this at all yet? I know you're not big. Have you checked it out yet, Shags? Are you going to?
All I'm doing is sending Shaggy memes about college kids and situations. That's all I'm doing.
No, I have not. I have not dabbled yet, and I can't decide if I will. I will probably end up buying it.
I was about to say I do. Come on, man. You're going to download that shit.
So yes.
Yeah.
There's just something different about these NCAA games versus the actual like Madden games. Whether it's that they like run faster, the game speed is faster. It's just something about it that gives it a different feel when you pick it up.
I've always preferred them too. So
yeah. I'm glad they're back, especially college basketball, even though it's 3 years away. But at least they've mentioned that it's coming back.
We'll just get excited for it every single year, right?
Sure. 3 years of excitement. What else would you need? All right. Speaking of football, we don't spend too much time on this, but tomorrow Netflix is dropping quarterback season 2, Burrow, Goff, Kirk Cousins. Going to be fun watching to get you guys, as I posted on the timeline, smell that little tinge in the air. That's some football weather around the corner, I think. So we got that for Netflix. It should be fun. I mean, all three of these guys in very interesting stories, different kind of walks of life as well in their careers right now. So I'm sure it's going to be a fun Omaha production. And to get you in the quarterback frame of mind, this dropped today. Speaking of PMT. So, Chad, I'm sure you guys saw this on the timeline. And we're going to do some more of this content ourselves as well, making our own rankings and things like that as we get more and more into what's going on. Now, boys, give me a second to just get my gripe out of the way with this, first of all, and then we'll actually talk about this list specifically. Now, Chad, I know that the Tennessee Titans were terrible last year, and I know that they were the number 1 overall pick. So they sucked ass. But can we at least put the guy who's going to start at quarterback for the Titans on this fucking graphic, please? Like, we don't even have Cam Ward on here. We don't even put Will Levis. They could have made fun of Will Levis and just given him his own category and said meme god or something and put him on there. We didn't even get a guy on the fucking list. What are we doing? So I was very disappointed in that aspect of things. But now we can talk about this a little bit more, I guess, rationally about the quarterbacks on here. Do you guys agree with this? Do you guys like this list? Obviously, we're going to have our own chances to react in different ways. But what is y'all's biggest takeaways from what these bozos put out?
V, do you want to go first?
No,
you want me to go first?
Please go on.
Okay, all right. So how do I put this delicately?
Not delicately.
There are 4 quarterbacks in this league that are head and shoulders above everyone else. I will certainly agree with that. Those 4 right there listed above. Top 4 in the league. No questions asked. Josh Allen, Lamar, and Joe Burrow, they can all fight for 2, 3, and 4 on a game-to-game basis. Fine by me. I don't know if you see that second number next to Patrick Mahomes, that 3 there. That's the combined number of Super Bowls that group has. They're all held by one man. To put Mahomes under Josh Allen is just clickbait. I know I'm giving them what they want, which is a reaction, but all you have to do, I'll wait while you guys Google it. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes playoff record head-to-head. 4-0. That's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. 3 Super Bowls. You can say whatever you want. And every single year about this time of the offseason, we start to hear the Josh Allen hype. Josh Allen's the best QB in the league. Josh Allen's got the arm. Josh Allen's got the physicality. Josh Allen don't have the wins. He doesn't have that. He hasn't beat Patrick Mahomes. And honestly, I'll let that lead me into my gripe with this list. The fact that guys like CJ Stroud and Bo fucking Nixon are ahead of my guy Jordan Love. Trevor Lawrence, the season that they just had, we had Mac Jones starting under center and looking the exact same as Trevor fucking Lawrence in Jacksonville. Please miss me with this bullshit. Justin Herbert, what playoff win does he have? 2 seasons with Jordan Love, back-to-back trips to the postseason, both with teams that were the youngest or among the youngest in the league, 2 teams that were not even supposed to sniff the postseason. Maybe last year's team, yes, because of the way they played 2 years ago, but his first year, nobody had them making the postseason, even me, let alone winning a fucking game against the Cowboys on the road. How many of these QBs ranked higher than Jordan Love can fucking say that? Can CJ Stroud say that? Can Justin Herbert say that? Can Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix say that? Absolutely fucking not. So miss me with that shit. And I can't wait for my QB to put on this year and get a second fucking ring after getting married this offseason. Shaggy, I love you. I know you see the vision. I watch.
There's still time. It's not over yet. It's not an Anthony Richards situation in Green Bay.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that because I agree with your take, Shags. Mahomes should be number 1 until proven otherwise, and this is totally just because they love Josh Allen at Barstool. So whatever. I agree with you too, V, that Jordan Love should be definitely in the either good QB or great QB situation, especially above Lawrence and Nix. Like, what the hell is that? Bo Nix had a good rookie season. But it was a rookie season. I mean, Jaden Daniels also, too. Jaden Daniels could have a sophomore slump like C.J. Stroud. Everybody was saying C.J. Stroud was the next best thing to sliced bread, and where is he on this list right now?
And he's already played with 3 wide receiver ones. 3 different wide receiver ones he's had on his team. How many has Jordan Love had? 0.
Just because of his age, Jaden Daniels needs to be in the too early to tell range. Like, right? I respect what he did last year, but
me too.
Yeah, that was his first year in the league. Like,
let's not forget PMT's a huge Commanders guy.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's true.
Levels to this.
He probably had a hard time not putting him in the top category.
Yeah, they probably had to make it. They probably had to give him the number 5 spot by himself. Purely off of that.
Exactly right.
Like, come on, man.
Can you guys agree with me that it's absolutely ridiculous that we can't even get the number 1 overall pick on this fucking graphic? Like, what are we doing? Like, you gave Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson 2 bum ass quarterbacks for the Colts, who probably one of them's not even going to play this season, and the other one might even have to come in and relieve the other guy. They get 2 spots. Both of them suck, so that's fine. We don't even get one slot.
I'm surprised Shedeur Sanders wasn't on the list, to be honest with you.
Bro, Kirk Cousins not making the list, but being like one of the guys on QB this year is so fucking interesting to me. What are we doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
It's just insane.
Especially since they capped the list at 32. Like, that should just be the starting quarterback of each team. Like, very easy. There's no reason to put 2 Colts on there.
I think they just forgot about the Titans.
Probably.
I think they literally just forgot that they were a real team. And again, I get it. Not a lot of people do that. So I understand. But the Cam Ward was the number 1 overall pick. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. At least slip him in at 32.
Yeah, good point, King Henry fan. Like, Joe Flacco is technically a fucking Super Bowl champion. He should be in that category too then, right? Or fucking make a better category.
Honestly, yeah, right. Joe Flacco. Technically a Super Bowl champion. He should be in there.
Do you guys also like the fact? I didn't plan on talking about this, but since you mentioned Flacco, do you guys see the thing about Myles Garrett coming out and saying that they want Joe Flacco to be their starting quarterback to start off week 1? I think we kind of talked about that a little bit.
I did not see that, but I think that's the right move for sure. I was saying that since they drafted all those QBs and had 5 weirdos in the room, that Joe Flacco should be their week 1 starter, and I bet he's going to be. So.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think QBs have shown that they thrive a little bit when they don't come right into week 1 starting. You know what I mean? It's not often that they perform well. And if history is anything, like, you're not going to really compete with this Browns team this season. Is there any reason to put him behind center, whoever it's going to be, just to get murdered?
I mean, Joe Flacco also had success with this team previously. Like he looked like, I mean, we were talking about him like putting up 400-yard games within this offense. Like, what was that, last season or 2 seasons ago?
2 seasons ago.
Two
Jabu last season.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Which was still fun too, in different reasons. But yeah, anyway, I just thought it was worth talking about. We'll have some more football chatter as we continue down the road. We'll probably start making our own lists and things like that. But it's right around the corner, man. All right, we'll answer this.
Love on my list. Just keep moving, chat. All right, just keep it moving. All right, drop a like and just keep it moving.
Before we jump into the plays, we are going to get to the plays. We're going to talk about the 2 WNBA games. These gents got some plays on the diamond for you guys. But since we got a good question in the chat, we'll go ahead and answer it from our friend King Henry. Also, big shout out to you on the timeline. Thanks for tuning in on X. You got a sleeper MVP pick for this year? Anybody that kind of could sneak out and make some noise? Do we see maybe finally a non-quarterback win this year? Or is it just going to be another QB?
It's going to be another QB. It's a QB award.
I got one since you guys are thinking. Okay. I think if Jaden Daniels takes a step up, in the direction we think he could with this Commanders team, I think he could flirt with being an MVP. If they end up winning the NFC East, beating out the Eagles in that division with how hard that division is, if they end up, winning, maybe getting the top seed in the NFC or the 2 or 3 seed, and that I could see that being because if that's going to happen, he's going to have to be elite. And if he is elite, I mean, I know Debo looked fat in his first couple of games, but I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine to start off week 1. Dude, Debo Samuels is still a top 15 weapon in the NFL, in my opinion, when he's healthy. Like when he's healthy, yeah. I think that could be fun. So I think besides, like, to go for someone a little more sleeper, like dark horse, I think
exactly
a good one.
Baker that comes out of the woodworks as soon as we start talking about this.
Baker would be a fun sleeper to sweat all season. You probably would lose and wouldn't win any money, but it'd be a fun sweat.
You're watching Bucks games anyway. You might as well sweat it out, right?
Honestly, Bucks fans, go ahead and put a cup of coffee on Baker MVP. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't exactly call him a sleeper, I guess, but I think Joe Burrow, he's got a legitimate chance, like any other season. He's a QB. He's got elite arm strength, puts up a lot of touchdowns, and he's got a receiving core that really just, puts up fucking numbers. So when you have that kind of workings, you have a running back too that is essential in the pass game and does like a lot of the damage he does outside of the tackles. That's a guy that you can also then throw to. And I think if they're winning games this year like they did to end last year, he could be in that conversation.
I mean, he had last season one of the best, most historic seasons from a stats perspective by a quarterback, and they ended up losing, I think it was like 7 games by 2 or 3 points, which is just insanity. So you got to think that that's going to swing back the other direction with how bad their offensive line has been. So I like that. He was incredible last year. Jamar Chase was too. Both of those guys, if they have a similar season, he could totally flirt with that.
Shags?
Dude, I'll be honest, I really can't just stop thinking about Mahomes winning another MVP. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Not a sleeper, but you guys,
good value dude.
You guys got me started on this train.
I mean, Lamar's plus 500.
We're going back to the Super Bowl. We're winning it all. That's it. I'm done. He's got a new haircut. The man is on a revenge tour. Watch out, NFL. Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, the trio of speed coming at you live here in a couple months.
I missed football talk, boys.
Boys, I missed it so much. This feels so good. To go from this to the diamond, it just feels so wrong. I'm sorry, Kobe.
Grody.
I don't hate Justin Herbert, but I can't say it because
King Henry, don't get me excited. Don't pump me up with that. It took everything in my being to not say Jordan Love.
I think that we're definitely going to see I mean, I was gonna say maybe like somebody like Jahmyr Gibbs or something like that, just as a super deep sleeper, dark horse type of
Even
player.
without Ben Johnson there,
I'm
in the
that's
offense
that's the storyline I will be following
all
super
year long.
intently. Not
Yep.
just because I'm a huge NFC North hater outside of my team, but I'm interested to see. I don't think Ben Johnson is the kind of leader of men that we saw Dan Campbell be, and that's the kind of grit and grind you need to execute the level of offense that Ben Johnson brings to the table. And then now you're going to see that offensive schemes trying to be duplicated by another coach, because I don't think they're coming in to try and change the system, try to establish a new system with any new head coach. So that's always a tough thing too. When you watch one offensive coordinator leave, his system usually leaves with him, whether you want it to or not, right? So it's going to be an interesting watch this season. Those are two teams I will be hate watching all season long.
Well, I mean, your team is one of the few that I can think of off the top of the dome right now who was an offensive coordinator who actually progressed and is a great, fantastic head coach in Matt LaFleur. It usually works out to where a really, really incredible offensive coordinator most of the time doesn't have what it takes to be a really good head coach in the NFL. Sometimes it does work out, but I can think of a lot of examples off the top of the rip where like you can think of like Doug Peterson, even you can go to like it had so many. Brian Callahan for the Titans. We'll see what happens with him. Great offensive coordinator. Maybe he's not a leader of men. We'll find out because it's a different skill set. It is like you can have a great offense and be a great play caller, but like if you can't lead the rest of those rooms, your team's going to still suck.
Cliff Kingsbury.
That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Right? Like, look at that. Zach Taylor's another perfect example. Who was the former coach in San Diego before they brought in Harbaugh? Staley, right? It was always those big moments where that's where you need your coach to kind of show some fucking like something. And every single time it was kind of flat. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch those two teams this season. And then Minnesota too with JJ. I think Connolly is also fantastic though. He's a good combination of both. A leader of men, a guy you look at and respect in the locker room, but also just like an absolute wizard on the offensive side.
You mean Kevin
O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell?
O'Connell.
Yeah. I was like, who are you talking about? I got you.
Minnesota.
Last thing on football chat, just because we're talking Minnesota now. I was watching a video last night, kind of getting my head around some NFL stuff because we're gonna start doing some YouTube videos, guys, covering divisions starting next week. So we'll have some more content for you guys talking football as we're getting closer and closer to it. But what do you guys think of the Vikings this year? Since we're talking this division, like you got obviously incredible season last year, fell apart with Darnold, go away from Darnold, and now you've got this huge question mark of is JJ McCarthy the guy? And you're going to find out pretty quickly, but you've got all these other incredible talent and players that rely on him to be that guy. I'm kind of concerned, man. I mean, if he hits, it's like whatever, slam dunk. But if he doesn't, like this team might suck.
I think their floor is plenty high just with the pieces around McCarthy. Obviously football relies a lot on the quarterback play specifically to get things started, but I just think those pieces are going to be good enough that they'll make up for it if his play is bad, especially on the defensive side too, because they should be rock solid there. But I am worried for V and the Minnesota Vikings, to be honest with you, in that NFC North. I think they might be the team to beat.
I think if McCarthy is good, then if he's great, then look the fuck out because like Darnold was. I think he was really good last year, but like he ended up falling apart at the end. But I mean, what did they win? 12 games, 13 games? Like they won a lot of games last year.
I think 13.
And Brian Flores brought in a really exotic, really fun defense that teams have to deal with on the weekly. Like the team's still going to be really good. And if McCarthy is as advertised, like you look out. But
exactly. I do think he's going to be good. Sitting a year, watching the offense flourish, and then still saying, hey, we're going to go with McCarthy this upcoming season. I feel like it's also them just telling us, the coaching staff and management, that, hey, look, this is our guy. We watch him every day at practice. We know what he does, and we know what he's capable of. We got the season that we want. Honestly, they got more than they wanted. They did, yes. For the first year. They did not expect to win that many games. Right. It was all just extra. The plan was always to move on from Darnold. And I think that it's going better than planned for this franchise.
you never want to lose like the way they did in the playoffs. But I think that it ended up being kind of the perfect conclusion to this chapter of that story, because like it allowed for them to say, because I think if they would have made a run, and I mean, God forbid they win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, like they would have had to then pay Sam Darnold to be their starting quarterback moving forward. You can't win a Super Bowl after that fantastic run, not pay the guy and go. Like, think about like when Joe Flacco won it for the Ravens, like what was that, 10 years ago or something like that? He didn't really do much after that, but you have to go pay him because he got you a fucking Super Bowl and he played elite football for a season. Whereas I think this way, yeah, I think you're right. Like the plan was always, let's give McCarthy time and then have him be the guy. But like now they gave like an automatic out of like, oh, okay, he shit the bed. Now we can just get the best. He can go find somewhere else to play and be great in Seattle now. And then like we can get to roll with McCarthy because that was the direction we always kind of wanted to go in anyway. So it's kind of a win-win for both sides, even if they didn't plan it out that way. So
yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, sure. All right, 30 minutes in. We haven't talked anything today, but I'm sure chat, drop a dub if you guys are enjoying talking football, because I don't think anybody's going to get mad at us for talking a little extra football, even though we're in the middle of July. But a couple plays on the diamond from these guys. I've got a few plays in the WNBA tonight. So, boys, let's take it away. Who wants to go first? I know V's got some pitcher props or pitcher things to talk about in relationship to the batters he's on. Shags has targeted a couple of games. So, who would like to lead us off?
Let's kick off with some pitchers.
Yeah, start with the sauce, man.
Okay.
All right. So it's Monday. I like to call this Meatball Monday because that's all we want today. After every pitcher went off, everyone cashed 100 parlays yesterday, and everybody wants to take every single pitcher today. Conditions are fantastic, and we got some absolute meatballs on the mound. Now, let's start it off with Austin Gomber. He's only played 4 games this season, but he has been bad. A 5.49 ERA. He's allowing opposing hitters to hit .317. It's just his second start this season away from Coors Field. I know Coors Field has some tough conditions and everything like that, but today's matchup at Fenway is no easier. You got 12-mile-per-hour wind blowing out towards the Big Green Monster and a lineup that has just been kind of, doing away with bad pitching. This Rockies team is leaving Coors, and that usually spells for a little bit of disaster, but with the way the wind's blowing today, I wouldn't be surprised to see Richard Fitz also give up a couple of runs. He's been terrible against right-handed batting, giving up 7 home runs and a 2.257 batting average. But outside of that, you got guys like Kikuchi, and he's been good. A 2.81 ERA. Both him and DeGrom have sub-3 ERAs, but the weather in that game is fantastic today. Almost 12 miles per hour wind blowing directly towards the outfield. And Angel Stadium has deep corners, but a very, very short center field. And that's exactly why I'm liking this game for a couple of home runs today, despite Kikuchi and DeGrom being absolutely, stellar this season. You got guys on both sides that I think could put the ball in the stands and some fantastic weather. But I'm not trying to target 2 guys that have been on an absolute tear a day after pitchers had their fucking day. So instead, I'm going down to Philly. I know you got some thoughts on this one too, Shags, but I'm starting off with Kyle Schwarber, over 1.5 total bases at plus 140. You can get the one base at like minus 150, minus 160 if you want to go that route. I really like the situation for Schwarber today. He's been really good this month, hitting 267, which is kind of better than you would expect to see a guy from like Schwarber. He swings and he swings hard. That's why it's kind of surprising. Despite the 267 batting average, he's only hit 2 home runs this season. Tonight in San Francisco, this is a hitter's park. But today we got 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing directly out of the stadium. It's a very rare occurrence that you see the stadium and the wind in this situation here in San Francisco. And I think it should make for some great hitter conditions. And Schwarber is one of the hardest hitters in this lineup. So give me his over 1.5 total bases and then the home run for plus 425.
Yes, sir.
That perfectly leads into Shaggy's play in this game, who dove into kind of more of the game as a whole, which hopefully Schwarber can help you out because you like those Phillies, eh?
Oh yeah, Schwarber going off, all the other Phillies going off as well. But Christopher Sanchez on the mound, he's going to be dealing. That guy, he's 14th in the league in ERA this season. It drops below 2.5 on the road. He's top 25 in WHIP as well. He's already took down the Giants once this season. He threw 7 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs on 4 hits and a walk, struck out a season-high 12 batters. I think he's going to do the same thing again. We got the Phillies on the money line at minus 128. Sanchez, he's allowed two or fewer earned runs in his 7 straight starts, 14 of 17 this season. It's been almost a month since his last loss. In that last loss, he only gave up 2 runs, struck out 9 in 7 innings. I think the Phillies give him the run support that he needs tonight. Landon Roop, not very good, as V alluded to. He's recently lost against the Dodgers, Tigers, and Cubs. What do all of these teams have in common, as well as the Phillies? They're leading their division. Landon Roop, he can't pitch against division leaders. So Phillies, they're lighting him up tonight. Give me the Phillies on the money line, minus 128. Best line was available at BetOnline. Currently, minus 129 is what I'm looking at right now.
Love it. Okay, good stuff. I'll pass it back to V to talk about another batter that he likes, and then you can close us out with another money line in another game that we're looking at as well. So V, what's another batter that you're targeting based on some of the pitcher matchups today?
George Springer. This guy has been on absolute fire as of recently. This month, he is hitting .467. He's got 5 home runs, and this Blue Jays team has won 10 of their last 11 games. Somehow, some way, this team is leading the division. They are playing the best baseball they ever have. And if you look at their run differential and their expected runs, they should not be in this position. A big reason why has been the play of George Springer. Everyone's giving credit to this new coach that they've brought in from Cleveland, and he has this team's offense looking absolutely fantastic. I'm looking at Springer today in a little bit of a tougher matchup. Sean Burke has been good for this White Sox, and as good as you can be for a team as bad as they are. This is Wright Field in Chicago. It's windy as fuck in the Windy City, and I'm looking at the smallest outfield in all of baseball. So give me George Springer over 1.5 total bases, plus 105, and then for him to hit a home run at plus 350. He's killing righties, 300 against righties with 11 of his 16 home runs coming against right-handed pitching. He's been good on the road. He's done damage here at Wright Field in Chicago. So I love everything about this. And I'm going to two old heads tonight. We got Schwarber, and then we got Springer. 2 old heads to bring home the coin.
2 guys, two oldies but goodies. So Springer and Schwarber. All right, Shags, take us home. We're going to another money line that you like on a side here, getting some good value as well on one of the better teams in baseball.
Yes, sir. The Dodgers are in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. After getting swept down in Houston, the Dodgers lost 3 straight. When does that ever happen? Now they got to go play a Brewers team that is 27-17 at home. Pretty decent. But the team batting average drops 20 points at their own ballpark, down to 227. 2 studs on the mound tonight, and Yamamoto and Freddie Peralta starting for their clubs. Both of them top 20 in ERA and WHIP. Yamamoto is actually top 10 in both those categories. They've been rock solid. It took a lot out of me not to take the under in this game because I do think it is going to be low scoring. But I would lean with the Dodgers. I do think their bats are going to turn around. After coming off the sweep against Houston, you're 7 games ahead in the NL West. Losing that division at this point would be embarrassing. I know we're still a week out from the All-Star break, but you're ahead by 7 games. You're coming off a sweep. Turn it around, get this win against the Brewers team whose bats really aren't all that impressive. They've been relying a lot on their pitching this season. I mean, Peralta, this sub-3, sub 1.1 whip is phenomenal. But the Dodger hitters, I think they're just going to wake up a little bit, get off the slump, get back in the win column, and minus 128. That's a great price for me to pay on for the Dodgers on the road. So give me the Dodgers, give me the Phillies, both priced at minus 128. Actually, there you have it. Take some juice.
I like this a lot too, Shags. I was gonna say that they were in shambles the way that they got beat down this weekend. It was not fun at all. You know how many people and how many fans were at those games for the 4th of July weekend, just watching the team get absolutely beat down by the Astros, the team that beat them in the World Series. Cheating, right? Like you had their announcers literally on the mic saying, "Hey, man, looks like they're seeing the ball that year with that the same way that year." And it's like, dude, okay, come on, like. This is how bad it is. 3 losses, and you guys are now calling them cheaters. And now I'm not going to say that nobody's cheating. I don't know shit about shit. But all I'm saying is that Dodgers fans and everybody were in shambles this weekend. Those bats are definitely going to swing just a little bit harder today in Milwaukee.
They gave up 18 runs on the 4th of July. 18 runs.
It's a perfect buy low spot, man. As you said. perfect bounce back situation. Cool. All right. Well, there's some plays on the diamond for you guys. You guys can go obviously peep the scribbles of Mr. Shaggy Betts, which on Wednesday you will learn Shaggy Betts' real name, Mr. Vsauce.
Sorry,
and I know. And then you can go check out Colby's plays as well on bettingnews.com for free. Go check it out and get involved with all of our content over there, as well as always try to give you guys the plays as early as we can in the day, and also some stuff right before the games get going later in the afternoon. All right, boys, we'll move to the W. Anything else on the diamond you want to mention before we move to the dub?
No, that is all we got. I like your under, Austin. I know I replied in chat to you, but Royals, Pirates, 2 bad offenses. Noah Cameron, he's going to shove tonight. Under.
Let's go. Okay, so 2 games in the WNBA. And this week, boys, the WNBA scheduling committee is terrible. But this week, there is a game every single day, at least.
Wow, they're figuring it out.
I know, they figured it out. It only took them most of the season. I think it's just scheduling because they're getting ready for the All-Star break. But regardless, we get a game every single day this week, so it's awesome stuff. 2 games tonight. Should be some good ones too. We've got the Golden State Valkyries, one of the darlings of the WNBA, obviously in their first season, playing really well, and obviously the Atlanta Dream have also been very good in Atlanta tonight. Should be a pretty close game. It's a 7.5 point spread, which is kind of interesting to me. I really like the Valkyries to cover if I had to pick a side, but I went with 2 props in this game. I have 2 props in both games. The first one is somebody that I have actually never bet before. So this is the first time I'm betting her, and V, this is just for you. I'm taking Tiffany Hayes over 2 3-pointers, so over 1.5 threes. Got a minus 110 value on this. I really don't understand the value on this line. The Dream are the number 1 team at defending the 3-point line. So maybe the defensive that they're expecting them to play against Hayes is something that's going to factor into this. But she's coming off a game where she hit 5 threes in their last game against the Lynx, one of the best defensive teams in the entire WNBA. She's starting now for this team. She's hit this line in 5 of her last 7 games. She's hit 2+ in 5 of her last 7 games. Like I said, she had 3 and 5 in her last 2. And we only need 2. I like her points too at 14.5 if you want to go that direction. I was a little sus before last game because her line was so low and she was just cooking it. And I was thinking, like, what are we doing here? And then she had an even better game last game. So now I'm not going to overthink it. I think she comes out and she gets the job done with 2 3-pointers. And again, I kind of like the Valkyries to maybe cover the spread here and stick around in this game against this Dream team. On the other side, for the Dream, you've got Ryan Howard most likely returning tonight. She's still technically a game time decision, but everything I've seen from all the Atlanta Dream people that I try to follow on social media and all the videos, you can kind of try to put something together with. It seems like Howard's coming back tonight, but haven't really gotten full confirmation of that. I like this play even more if Howard sits, obviously. But I'm going with Alicia Gray, newly minted all-star starter this year, well-deserved. She's been fantastic for this Atlanta Dream team, and I love her 9.5 rebounds and assists. Now, she just is coming off a game where she had 11, 9, and 8 rebounds in her last 3 games. So she's due for a little bit of regression in the rebounding department because she is a guard, but she's one of the better rebounding guards in the entire WNBA. She's hit this RA line with ease in the last 3 games with 12, 15, and 15. Good facilitator, too, on this Atlanta offense. They go through stretches where she kind of turns into the primary ball handler, but sometimes it's Jordan Canada, and sometimes when Ryan Howard's back in the lineup, it's Ryan Howard. But I think she's going to have the ball in her hands plenty tonight. The Valkyries defense is pretty good, but they're 9th to rebounds allowed, especially to the guard position. So I definitely think she's going to hit the glass, especially with some of the size that the Valkyries are going to throw at this team. So she's going to have to get involved to help out, Griner and Jones down low. And I think this 9.5 is just too low. I don't understand why it's 9.5. I like the PRA too, if you want to go that direction. She's definitely one of the better scorers on this team as well. But I'm going to stick with the RA. Been cashing a lot of these RA lines on in the WNBA. They've just been super soft. Gabby Williams, Ionescu has been a couple over the last week that I've really liked a lot, that smacked with ease. And I think this could be another one tonight. So give me Alicia Gray over 9.5 rebounds and assists at a playable minus 115 number. You can get a little freaky if you want to and ladder her boards if you're feeling so frisky. Like I said, she just came off an 11 rebound game. And the 2 games previous to that where she had 8 and 9 rebounds and smacked this RA with ease, Ryan Howard was in the lineup for those games. So nothing to say that even if Howard plays, that this line is not something that's worth betting. Again, last point on this before we move to the other game. Jordan Canada has been incredible for the last 3 games for this team. Really good player, too. She was banged up to start the season. She's finally back in the lineup. She's obviously gotten the benefit of Howard being out over the last game and then, getting hurt a couple games before that as well. So I don't know what her usage is going to look like. Her lines are also really low again, even coming off a game where she had her season high in points. Her PRA is like 18.5 or something. But I want to see the playing time with Howard back in the lineup before. But if you like it, I saw some people that really like Canada again. I like that too. But I'm going to go Gray. I think Gray has a good night tonight. And again, I kind of lean Valkyries to maybe cover here. Before I move to the other game, V, I know you've been kind of dabbling on some spreads in the WNBA. Did you have any thoughts on this game?
After yesterday, I need to take a break from the WNBA because seeing everything that we had to see yesterday was, man, Skylar Diggins getting that second three and then having it taken away was so weird. That sucked. Watching Jewel Lloyd go 0 for 3 within the first 5 minutes of the game, that wasn't fantastic. So the diamond has cost me enough coin this season, so I'm gonna wait. All-Star break is coming up, and I need a day off. I just need a day off.
Just tail the 1.5 threes line with me. So
I'm tailing that, and I'll tail whatever's in the parlay. It's just today I didn't feel keen on getting in the WNBA lab.
That's fair. Okay. In the second game, which I think I like this game a little better. This first game I think is going to be competitive, but this second game I feel like is going to be a really good game. The Lynx are taking on the Mercury. Now, these teams literally just played 4 days ago. They also played on the 20th of June. So they've now played 3 times in the last about 14 days or something like that. Which is pretty wacky. But I'm not overthinking this. Satu Sabali is sitting out for the Mercury in this game. So is Kalia Copper. Kalia Copper just went off against this team in their last game, even though they ended up losing. And Satu Sabali is an all-star. So those are 2 pieces that are going to be missing for the Mercury that are going to factor into this game, which is why, even though this is a game in Phoenix in the desert and a team against the Wings, who are, regardless of what you think of how frisky they've been, they're not very good. It's only a 6.5 point spread. I know NZ wrote about this game at bettingnews.com. You can go peep his scribbles on more of a side perspective. He leans with Paige Beckers and the Wings. I'm just going to stick with props in this one. I posted my favorite on the timeline. I'll close out with that one. But my first bet I have in this game, nice and chalky for you guys. Give me Paige Beckers over 19.5 points. Now, again, I'm not going to sell this on you too much for you guys, but Beckers is probably going to win the Rookie of the Year, even though I love Kiki Uriafen and Sonia Citrone for the Washington Mystics. But Beckers is going to win this award this season if she keeps playing the way she's been playing, especially over the last couple of weeks. She just had 23 points against this Mercury team. She had 21 against them in their last game, and then previously she had 35 points against this team. She has had fantastic scoring success against this team. Again, you've got Satu Sabali and Kalia Copper sitting out of this game. I think Beckers is going to come out and do exactly what she did in the last game. Don't hate the Wings to cover, like NZ wrote about in his article as well, but Beckers is now the bona fide number 1. Arike Ngumbawale is sitting out of this game once again, the other guard for the Wings. So more shots to go around for this team. So I love Beckers in this spot. 20 plus I think is too low. Her line should be closer to 23 or 22 or 23.5. And if she has another 23 to 25 point game, maybe even a 30 piece, that's probably what we're going to see moving forward. So I'm going to take advantage of the lower line here. Expect her to continue to shoot well, even though it's on the road, and keep cooking the way she has been. So taking Beckers on her points. This might be my favorite, though. And now, boys,
tell me about the other one.
Now, this one is a little bit more of a clincher, okay? So, Li Yuru. Now, Li Yuru is she's obviously the Chinese lady who used to play for the Seattle Storm, went to this Dallas team in the middle of the season to get a little bit more of an opportunity to actually play some basketball in the WNBA. She's an older prospect, but she's coming into this game coming off of 12 points and 11 rebounds against this team in their last performance. Now, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, I got the double-double earlier today at plus 1,300. Now, you could say to me that this is a trap, and I could totally say to you 100% it's a trap. But I'm going to be really mad at myself if she has a double-double directly after having a double-double against the exact same team, and I didn't put something on the plus 1,300. Great rebounder. Obviously, she's going to be the biggest lady on the court. She's one of the biggest ladies in the WNBA. The crazy thing about this, too, is that when she hits her PR at 14.5, she soars. She had 15 rebounds and 10 points against Atlanta about 10 days ago. And the other game, she went over her PR. She had 11 points and 9 rebounds. She seems like the starting center for this team now moving forward. I feel like that she and Paige are actually establishing a little bit of a connection. Paige also has come out and they've kind of talked about how they're like kind of turning into best buds off the court, which is always nice to, bond with the best player on the team, because that means that, especially as a paint player, that means you're going to get the ball more most of the time. So I just think the value is wrong here. I think the double-double should be more like +6 or 500 based on what we saw in the last game. Now, did she do so for some regression? Yes. You could look up at one point in this particular game chat and she could have 2 rebounds and an eye to score a point. I will say the last point on this, which is why it's a little bit of a sweat, which is the reason why I do not want it to go in our parlay today. She scored 12 points in the last game. She hit 10 free throws. She went 1 of 5 from the field. So if you want to take a straight bet with her, take the rebounds as a straight. I like the PR just because I do think that she should get some buckets in this game, especially with Sabali and Copper being out. I feel like that they're going to have a little bit more problems defensively just because they're missing 2 starters. But again, she had 12 points and only made 1 bucket. So, you got to factor that into this.
All right, but how was she from the line, though? 10 for 10 or what?
10 for 11.
Okay, that gets the job done.
Yeah, but I mean, in her other games – 10 or 12, excuse me. In her other games, she took 2, made them both. 0, took 2, made them both. Took 4 or took 6, made them 4, and took 6. So she's getting to the line when she gets there and she makes them. Which I like that she's got a good stroke as a shooter. But I just think she's still trying to figure out fitting into this offense. But the one thing she is going to do is rebound. Like that is for sure. Like the 5.5 feels very comfortable. It was too juiced for me to bet individually when I was kind of labbing this earlier this morning. But again, chat. Okay. Put a cup of coffee on the double-double. Find the +1,300. I think it's actually +1,000 now. So, yeah, some plays for you guys. That's for sure, dude.
You piqued my interest with this play quite a bit, SPJ. So I was just doing some looking right here. No Satu tonight. She is this team's Mercury team's best rebounder on the squad. Right, the next best rebounding guard on this team. It's not a guard. Is a 6'2" Alyssa Thomas. Right, she averages 7 rebounds per game. We're looking at a 6'7" center that has not only been clearing the boards, but is doing damage on the offensive glass, which is exactly where I think they're going to have more troubles without Satu. She's had 4, 3, 1, 6, 3, 5 offensive rebounds in those games since she's been seeing significant playing time. And honestly, that excites me. She's had a double-double already this season, like you said, outside of the game that you just watched. And she's flirted with one before, too. I like this play a lot, and I'm definitely tapping into the double-double with you.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Yeah, unfortunately, the PR is not available everywhere. That's why I kind of lean for somebody because her rebound line is available everywhere. So the 5.5 rebounds for a playable number or the 6.5 or plus money feels very comfortable. But again, chat, this is a very inconsistent player right now. She's still very figuring out her footing with this team. So she could very much so turn an absolute goose egg into this. So don't go nuking this play. Definitely proceed with caution with the WNBA right now. But based on what you just talked about, and I think that this is one of those situations where we're going to get to snipe a lower line here for somebody who could end up being, and I love the mention too of Satu not playing. I didn't even realize or think about the fact that she is technically their best rebounder. A last point on this game, and then we'll start putting together the parlay and get out of here. I mean, Alyssa Thomas has flirted with triple doubles all season long. She hasn't gotten one yet with the Mercury. She's their best offensive player out there tonight. She's an all-star too. Her triple double has been sitting somewhere, boys, around like 500 or 600 or plus 700. It's plus 235 today. So
wow,
I could see that maybe getting the job done today because again, there's no one else. So I like the PRA for her. It's a little too high for me because she's just not really a good shooter and a good scorer, really. But because of just pure volume, she's probably going to take 15 to 20 shots just because they have to. So don't hate that either. If you want to go the more chalky Alyssa Thomas route for the Mercury. And again, I kind of like the dog here. I kind of like the wings to cover. I'm with NZ. I feel like they can stick around here, but they suck. They really are not a good basketball team. They're frisky. Paige is a very good player. This team is young, and they have some other pieces that are exciting. But I mean, especially they suck, especially on the road. They need another season of playing together to really be decent. But I like the games that Enrique sits out. So when Enrique sits out, Paige just has so much more freedom from an offensive perspective. She doesn't have to worry about getting somebody else there. She can just kind of let the offense flow and be herself and take some more shots too. So I think that anytime you see I just blanked Enrique sit out, definitely look at Paige Becker's last thing, and then we'll move on. I don't even know how to say her name. Azia, I think it's Azia James, had an incredible game last game against this team. Her threes was something I was looking at. She had 28 points against this team in their last game. She hit 5 3-pointers on 5 of 9 from deep. So she's definitely worth a snipe as well if you're feeling like she's going to repeat that performance against this team. We talk about this with the NBA V a lot, and I'm sure you probably do too, Shags, with teams, especially in maybe not so much in college, but just in general. It's always weird when you have back-to-backs in sports just because it's like, what's going to happen? Are we going to just watch the repeat performance, or is it going to be the same shit again, or is it going to be adjustments and then we have somebody that doesn't do that again? So I don't really bake a lot of stuff into back-to-back situations of like, well, you're just going to do the same thing all over again. But I mean, it could happen. It just happened. So why not? Couldn't happen again, you know? So yeah, but James, 14.5 points, looks very nice coming off that 28-point game against this Mercury team previously. So, all right, there we go. A couple dub games should be fun on the hardwood tonight. Should be fun on the diamond. Let's put together a parlay, boys, and then let's get out of here. Eli, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. Thanks for checking us out. Please like the channel and subscribe if you haven't already, Eli. Really appreciate you tuning in and watching. Hope the content's helpful for you. Hope we're helping you make some money and have some fun along the way.
Real quick before we cook, for Patch, not Patch, sorry, Owen. I hope you're still in here. Happy birthday! I know he wanted a summer league parlay from Sook, so I've been badgering him on the side here. I got a couple of plays. He sent me one absolute lotto. I won't expose him, but I'll tell you this. He likes Ace Bailey to make some threes today. He likes Walter Clayton Jr. to grab some boards. Johnny Broom is somebody he's liking a lot. I'm seeing him in 2 parlays. He's got these guys laddered. AJ Mitchell, he's got laddered in the points direction. Broom is a rebounds play that he's liking a lot. And then Nikola Topic, he's liking his points. A little bit of a safer parlay. I don't think he'll mind that I expose. Got the Thunder plus 5.5. Broom, 5+ rebounds, Edgecombe, 15+ points, and Topic, 15+ points. All in that Oklahoma City, Philadelphia 76ers game, little SGP. And if it cashes, give me all the credit. If it doesn't, send him all the DMs.
I hope Sook's still here so he could hear that.
Yeah, I hope so.
There he is.
There it is.
There it is. Good stuff. Great stuff, V. Great intel. There you go. Summer League. We'll start betting more and more of it. We'll talk about it some on Sauce Team later this week. Maybe put together a parlay. I know we said we do it over the weekend, chat, but it was a holiday weekend. We all forgot. So
Summer League's tough, man. You like something and you convince yourself out of it. You're like, oh, he's not gonna play, or like this and that, right? But like,
there's too many question marks.
Well, Edgecombe came out and played like fucking Dwayne Wade in his first game and had 28 and 10, and he's probably gonna play 15 minutes now and not even score a bucket.
Bro was going up against Ace Bailey. He's probably like, let me show you. You know what I mean? Like, this was mad.
Philly's got to sit him down.
Sure.
Yeah, you love that energy, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's cook. So, you guys just want to take both of the money lines? I know you like both your hitters too, V, but I feel like you guys.
I'm down to ride with the Phillies. Absolutely.
So Phillies and Dodgers on the money line?
Yep. Let's do it. 2-way favorites. What could go wrong?
I'm sure. I didn't even think about that. Great. Where is that Phillies game? Is it later?
Yeah, it's the last game. Yeah, because it's out in San Fran.
Oh, right. Yeah. In the Bay. Okay, so
Bay.
Phillies money line, Dodgers money line. All right. Of the dub things that I mentioned,
Lee.
You want to go with Lee?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. There's no
doubt. It's your favorite play, and I was mesmerized by the sell drop. I'm down for the Lee boards. You said it was 2 juiced straight, right?
It's minus 158.
Yeah. That's absolutely going in there. 100%.
Okay. 6 rebounds for Lee. And then what do you guys want to do in the Valkyries dream game? Do we want to sweat out that girl's 2 threes?
I was going to say, I know me and V love a little 2 threes, bro.
It's the one bet that I'll never kick, man. I'll never kick it.
It's just 2 of them. Okay. You're a professional basketball player.
Exactly.
Just hit 2. Back-to-back possessions is the best situation. Okay. Dodgers money line.
Yep.
Phillies money line. Lee Yaroo, 6 rebounds. Tiffany Hayes, 2 threes. We're not asking for anybody to be like world beaters tonight. No. We just need a couple teams to get the job done and win when you're supposed to. Dodgers, get your thumb out your asses and go win a fucking baseball game.
Figure it out.
Phillies, go be spoilers in the Bay. Yaru, just be ginormous and grab 6 rebounds, please. And Tiffany, splash from deep. Thank you very much.
Please, come on.
That's all we need.
Dude, that.
Plus 800. That'll work.
Come on.
Boom.
Come on.
That'll play. There you go, chat. There's the BetSpresso 4. If you'd like to tail with us, feel free to do so. Obviously, bet responsibly, as always. Feel free to put a cup of coffee on it. You don't have to bet any of this if you don't want to. You can also play them individually. A lot of people have been like putting together parlays of like the stuff they like from the show, or doing 2-teamers, breaking the parlay apart. You don't have to just blind tail us and say hope it wins. You can put your own stuff together, or you can blind tail us and just get mad at us when it misses. That's okay too. It's part of the job. So. Like the parlay today, though, boys. You know what? I haven't said this to you in a very long time, Shaq.
Oh, I got a good feeling about this one.
I got a good feeling about this one.
Oh, my God. Fantastic. I love it. I love Mondays.
This is going to be
I do too, man. I do too. It's going to be a vibe. Good stuff, chat. All right, let's do the giveaway. Shags, can you run the duckies for me?
Yep. Let's do it.
Drop a dub in our Twitch chat. If you are watching us on YouTube or X, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. But you're not going to get entered in the giveaway. You got to be in our Twitch chat. So come and watch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/bettingnews. Don't worry, we'll do a lot more giveaways. So if you miss out on this one, don't worry. This one's just for our dog Owen for his birthday. So Owen, if we don't rig it for you to win, then sorry. But we just want to celebrate the birthday with you.
I'm doing that right now. Don't worry.
Oh, you're rigging it? That's what. See, when Shaggy's making that face right there, that's the I'm rigging the competition look.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
That's how that
SMPC grad just won another giveaway.
Little Shags is in here, so I'm really not beating the allegations.
Oh no. All right,
here
we
we
go.
go.
Look
Ready?
at the duckies. All right, yep, get after it.
Say what?
We'll play Owen's song too. Let's go. Look at all the duckies. Quack quack. Close. There's been a lot of close races. I think they picked up on us like calling out the fact that it was like one getting away and then that it's losing. Really upgraded their game.
Oh, little Shags is gonna do it in the bumblebee at me.
Oh, now we're really not going to.
The screen's glitching. It's not me, guys.
Oh, there we go.
Tyler versus the Bucks. Tyler versus the Bucks. Tyler versus the Bucks.
Let's go, Tyler. Congratulations. Tyler, are you real? 10 force. Tyler,
That has to be
drop a
a
dub.
name.
That's got to be someone real.
Tyler in the chat.
Bucks.
I pulled it straight
force.
from the Twitch chat.
Tyler.
Aging Tyler.
Tyler, you gotta leave us a comment. You gotta leave us a comment, Tyler.
Anything in the chat?
Tyler, you gotta leave us a comment, dude.
All right, we're not running another one. So, all right. Tyler, if you watch this replay, maybe you're running away from your computer and you're trying to run back to it, get in touch with us. We got to play Owen's song again, so that's cool. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you guys tuning in today, man. Thanks so much for kicking off your week with the BetSpresso. As always, go check out bettingnews.com. Go follow Mr. Shaggy Bets on social media at Shaggy_Bets. Go follow Vsauce at Vsauce with 3 A's. Go follow me at Sweatpant Jesus and get involved with everybody we have here at Betting News with our content at bettingnews.com. Like I said, big shout out to our sponsors at BetOnline. Boys, it's been a pleasure as always. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Let's cash this parlay. Let's smack it.
Let's have a day.
It's smacking, boys.
Let's have a day, I would say. Perfect way to start off the week. That's as we always do. Appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy your Monday night. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for a triple dip. Follow us on all the socials to get involved with all the content. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes, and we will catch you on the next one. Take it easy, chat. Have a good night.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about